if you don't have a life outside the classroom, you're not going to have good stories to tell.
Let's start with the Q&A session. The next question is, Rob, are certifications giving a way to stand out, or just defining your skills can do the thing?
Say someone does a AWS certification, for example. Are they asking, is the certification important or just putting that on the resume?
Talking about the certifications in front of the recruiter, or maybe defining the skills in front of the recruiter, that's more like in between both, what's important?
Yeah, I mean, certifications are nice, but everyone has certifications. Like I joke that on LinkedIn, anytime someone's posts their certification, it's like waking up and posting that you brushed your teeth or made your bed. It's just like something you're supposed to do. It's not a big deal, it's not special. It doesn't hurt you. Again, certifications don't really mean anything unless you have proof and experience. They want to see, okay, you have a certification, but what's the proof? Where's the experience? Where's the project? Where's the where's the competition or the hackathon you won? Where's the paper? Where's the project or the thing you delivered, whether it's a class project or an internship project or, a volunteer project or just a fun extracurricular, where's the proof that shows that you've implemented these skills that you've learned in the certification? I think that's always going to be more impactful than the certifications itself, because everyone's got certifications, so that does not help you stand out.
The next question is, can you share some good examples of stories that we can share with recruiters?
Well, I don't know your stories. I can't tell you a story for you to go tell. I mean, just the more genuine the story is, I think one, just having real life personal stories, why you chose to come study abroad, cultural challenges you faced being an international student here in America, highlights and challenges from you've experienced here in America. Like, don't just focus on like the job and the technical stuff, but just have real life, normal conversation things you can talk about. And again, more importantly than talking about you, try and talk about the recruiter and learn about those things. Learn where they're from, learn what they like to do, learn about what their recommendations are for things in America, or share about what you hope to do, or what are places you want to see in America, what are observations you've made about American culture. Share something you miss about from your family or your home country, or how studies or work was different in your home culture. These are just really fun, normal, natural things to talk about. That doesn't mean you have to talk about doing a visualization, but just a story about your life, your experience. And then you need to have those professional stories of, those behavioral questions and, brainstorm. Those are great things to practice with your friends. I can't pick those out for you, but if you don't have a life outside the classroom, you're not going to have good stories to tell. So make sure you have involvement, like clubs, organizations, extracurriculars. Make sure you're making friends with Americans and doing stuff with them. If all your friends are just international students from your same country, you're going to have a huge disadvantage. And so having a life and activities outside the classroom is going to give you more stories and more examples and proof that you're going to stand out and that you're more recruitable than the competition. One more thing to add to that, Tanchu, is just experiment. Try something new. The best stories are things where you took a risk, where you failed, where you made a mistake. If you don't do anything because you're scared to fail, then Americans don't want you to work for them. We want you to try and experiment and fail and, be initiative takers. If you don't have a good story, go make a good story, and so you can have something fun to share.
The next question is, it's a common issue that recruiters ghost the candidates and don't usually reply. Is there an ideal period between asking for follow-ups from the recruiters?
I think, like I said before in the conversation, that's where you can kind of keep the ball in your court and set those kind of expectations of, asking them, hey, it's okay if I follow up with you in 2-3 days with a couple of questions, or can I follow up with you in 4 days and check about this process, versus just, I'm going to sit back and wait and you're at their mercy. You kind of set and negotiate those terms, and they might say no, or they might give something else, but you're taking the proactive step of saying, okay, is it okay if I contact you or call you or email you in 2 days and follow up? Or if I have some questions, can I give you a call in 2-3 days? So you're the one who's pursuing, and then you're having that open door to relate and get those answers.
So the next question is, can you please help us with some resources to craft our resumes in a way that is most suitable for the ATS?
In my opinion, we've got some videos on China coaching about that for ATS if you want to check that out. There's a group, an online company. I think they might have some free resources, but Resume Puppy, I have some friends that run Resume Puppy, and there's some cool resources there. But honestly, if you're making your resume the priority and trying to get through ATS, then you've got the wrong perspective on getting a job. Again, applying online through the formal HR process, like through ATS, is the worst way for international students to get a job. Most jobs in America come through relationships, networking, referrals. So my encouragement is to focus on that. Rather than trying to craft the perfect resume for the ATS, go spend that time meeting Americans, meeting professionals, going to meetups online, because that's where jobs come from, not online through applying through these job portals.
The next question is, sometimes it's a little awkward ending out conversations with the recruiters at career fairs. How do you suggest ending out a conversation to guide them in our best favor?
A couple good tips on ending a conversation, again, is just always be appreciative, thank them, maybe give a recap or summary, mention something that you appreciated from the conversation, or reiterate something that shows that you're paying attention, and or kind of share a highlight or a conclusion from that conversation. And then it's just a great way to end with questions. Ask them, what's a good follow-up? What's an encouragement you would give me? What's a tip that you would give someone in this field? Always kind of ending with a question, opening the door for them to give some advice, some direction, add some value to you. And again, kind of maybe setting those expectations of following up and kind of asking that permission, I think, are great ways. Thank them for their time, wish them to have a great day, hope they can find a great candidate. And, whatever you're trying to position yourself as with your personal brand, with that keyword or phrase or hashtag, make sure you're kind of closing with that your goal, your aspiration, or how you want to be remembered by, kind of close with something like that so that you'll remember who you are and kind of what defines you.
Friends, thanks so much for tuning in and watching this awesome Q&A conversation. I really appreciate the Information Technology Management Organization at IIT Chicago, the officers, for inviting me to present, and a really fun Q&A. Thanks for everyone who asked those questions. Don't forget to check out the other clips from my presentation and some other Q&A sections that we've got up on the China Coaching channel. We'd love for you guys just to subscribe, because we want to help you guys be more successful in your cross-cultural journey. Connect with us online on social media, and we'll see you guys next time at China Coaching. Cheers.